Today we're sitting down with Kristen Hannon, Advancement Director at Big Brothers Big Sisters of Central Minnesota. For decades, Big Brothers Big Sisters has been creating and supporting one-to-one mentoring relationships that help young people build confidence, overcome challenges, and realize their full potential. But behind every successful match is a team working tirelessly to raise awareness, secure funding, recruit volunteers, and build community support. In this episode, we'll talk about Kristen's path into the nonprofit world, what it means to serve as an advancement director, how community partnerships help fuel the mission, and how everyday people can make a lasting impact through Big Brothers Big Sisters. Welcome to Behind the Brand, the podcast for small business owners, solopreneurs, and aspiring entrepreneurs who are ready to start strong, stand out, and stay bold. Each week, we'll take you behind the scenes to explore what it takes to build a memorable brand and grow a successful business. Are you ready to get behind the brand? Let's dive in. Hello, Moxieverse. Welcome back to another episode of Behind the Brand. Taylor here, and as always, joined by the fabulous Miss Kelly Kane.
Hello.
And today we have a special guest, Kristen Hannon. Hi, Kristen.
Hi.
Kristen is the Advancement Director at Big Brothers Big Sisters of Central Minnesota. She's also one of my networking buddies.
Yes.
Super happy to have Kristen here joining us. How long have you been in our networking group?
Just over a year.
Yeah.
I think just over a year.
Yes, and that was my first introduction
Yep.
to you, and it's been so fun getting to know you.
It has been.
Yeah, hopefully you feel the same about
I
me.
do.
Okay, I'm left out. Okay, fine.
We'll get to you. We'll get to you.
you.
But I've learned so much about you in the last year and all the things that you've, one, done with your life, but two, that you're doing at Big Brothers Big Sisters. So much so, you got me to volunteer for the marketing committee because I was so
Sucker.
convicted. Exactly.
I do marketing. I got a role for you.
I know. I was like, what do you do? I need someone.
Yes. But it's been really fun and opened up opportunities for us, and we've been able to help you with some things too, and that's just been a treat. But Kelly, do you know Kristen well at all?
Not well, but
Okay.
we know of
No.
each other.
We know of each other.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
from being around.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll learn some stuff from her today.
Yeah.
So Kristen, I really do want to get started on, your career background, because obviously you work in the nonprofit world now,
Yes.
but that is a newer
It's
addition
a
to your
newer
career
endeavor.
path.
Yes.
How long have you been there now?
It'll be 2 years in September.
I remember when Jackie was interviewing you. She
Yes.
told me, yeah.
Yeah.
And I told her not to hire you. No, I'm just kidding.
No, I don't know. I probably would have looked at her too and been like, does she know what she's going to do? Like,
Yeah.
does she have any idea? So my background a little bit is I was in banking. So I was in banking for 21 years. Never thought I ended accidentally, like a lot of bankers actually. You talk to people in banking, they're like, yeah.
No one wants to be in
Nobody
banking.
wants to do it. I accidentally ended up in it. I was working as a teller. I was finishing school. And then I was like, well, this is what I'm doing. And I have a degree and I'll stick with it. And I ended up progressing in and being a manager, being a retail manager, being an operations manager. It was kind of crazy how I was able to move up the ladder, and I was doing a lot of sales and management and working with business customers and doing treasury management stuff, and it was good. I enjoyed it. I was really good at it. But there came a time when I was just like, no, this is not filling my cup. And so I was starting to think, what do I want to do? And coincidentally, it was kind of weird because my employer at the time had decided to have me work with a life coach, for lack of a better word, life coach. And she's just looked at me and she said, what do you want to do? I was like,
What? No one's ever asked me
what?
that.
I don't know. I'm 40 something years old. I don't know what I want to do. She's like, well, what makes you happy? And I was like, well, I really, really like helping nonprofits. There's something about it. Our community is so strong, and you see the support from a community member standpoint of how our community supports local nonprofits and what we do. And I've always been a part of that. I've always volunteered. I've always done the things, and I've always enjoyed it. And I was like, well, I would love to do this full time. I love to plan events. I love hosting events. I love doing the things. I love talking to people. About the same time, Jackie had posted, we're in a group together called Forum of Executive Women.
Oh, that's how you found out
That's
about it.
how
There
I
you
found
go.
out about it.
Okay.
Yeah. Jackie posted the advancement director position. And so I called her and I was like, can I talk to you about this? I'm not applying for it. I just want to know more about it. I'll be quite honest. I didn't even tell my husband. I was like, this
He
is.
doesn't need to know.
He didn't need to know.
No,
I
I'm
was
just
just
looking
like,
into something. I'm gonna do something.
I just need to look into this. I want to figure this out, and what is it going to look like? And just as a curiosity thing. So Jackie and I met. We walked around Lake George, and we visited for about an hour, and she told me about it and she asked me what I was doing. I was like, I need to do something that fills my cup. So I sat on it and I just thought about it. I don't remember the timeline. Jackie will tell me it was 6 months that before I decided,
wow.
before I made that decision. And so I had spent all these years managing teams, managing branches, managing customers, doing all those things. And I didn't know if like my volunteer background would be enough. Right?
Yeah.
But then you think about it, I was in sales. Fundraising is sales. We just don't call it sales because people think it's a bad term, right?
Yeah.
But I am selling my nonprofit. I'm selling it to people and saying, hey, do you want to support it?
And you're not afraid of money.
And I'm not
You
afraid
can
of
talk
money.
about money.
I can talk
Yeah,
about money,
yeah.
right?
That's a big thing.
Yeah, and that is a big thing, right? Nobody wants to talk about money, but we can, and it's an okay thing to talk about because I can say, I know you don't have thousands of dollars to give. However, what does this look like? Can we work together as in kind? Can we work together as, is there something you can do? Can you join a committee and help promote? Can you do this, right? Because one thing I always learned,
Time, talent, or
time,
treasure.
talent, and treasure. Exactly, right? And you learn that. That's how I learned it in church growing up as a kid, right? If you don't have money, you don't have treasure. Do you have time? Do you have talent? Can you sing? Can you play an instrument? Can you, right? My talent is I can talk to people. I can woo people. Actually, one of my top 5 strengths on StrengthsFinder is woo.
Yeah, I remember you saying that.
Right? It's
I didn't know woo was a strength.
Woo is a strength, and
W-O-O?
WOO. And
Woo!
communication and woo are my top 2. And so anyway, so I made the transition. I applied and I did finally talk to my husband about it.
After 6 months.
After 6 months.
Yeah.
I mean, it was more than that, but yeah. And so I made that jump and I applied and I got it. And so now I get to do all the things I love in life. I get to support kids. Kids are so freaking cool. I love children. So I get to support kids. I get to talk to people. I get to share our mission and our story and our passion and my passion. And I get to plan events. I get to throw parties. I get to do all these fun things.
Their
And yes,
job
it's
sounds better than ours.
right. I know, right? I love it. Every minute of it.
Yeah.
So it just brings me so much joy.
So obviously, the job posting is what made you think, oh, I could work in nonprofit.
Yeah.
But did you have experience with Big Brothers Big Sisters before you had worked with them?
I had not actually.
Okay.
I had not. I'd heard of them. I mean,
I think everybody's
heard of Big Brothers, right? Everybody's
But might
heard.
not know
No,
the
right,
mission.
right.
No, not everybody knows the mission, and the mission is simple. We support one-to-one mentoring relationships. That's it. We support one-to-one mentoring relationships with littles and bigs.
Yeah.
Right. Well, your predecessor told me that's easy to sell, the
Yeah.
mentorship thing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow,
Well,
doesn't sound like
oh
it.
my gosh, I was like at the breakfast last week.
Oh, you went? I
To the
wanted
breakfast,
to go.
yeah.
Yes.
Like it
Yeah.
is, especially when you see, because you had a mentor and a big there, and they obviously,
they shared
or,
their
I'm sorry,
story.
a big and a little. But they've kind of aged out of
Yeah.
the mentorship
Yep.
portion that's, directed by Big Brothers Big Sisters, but they've not aged out of mentorship,
No,
right? Like
not at
they
all.
are like. Who's like, the kid comes to our family Christmas, and my kids are like his siblings, and I was like, oh my god, this is the sweetest
always
thing.
wanted
Like,
to
it
do
was
it.
it was so
Yeah.
it was so cool to see that and the impact it can make, and we'll talk more about that for sure. But okay, so as the advancement director, you've kind of touched on this, like you're fundraising.
I'm
so
fundraising.
what does that all entail? Like, what does a day-to-day kind of situation look like?
Day-to-day situation looks like, depends, right? We all wear many hats, but so as the advancement director, I oversee our advancement side. So I oversee my database associate, I oversee my grant writer, I oversee my marketing person, and there's me. And so between the 4 of us, we are deciding where are we marketing, how are we marketing, all those fun things. And as you know, I run a bunch of committees. So I'm committee meetings, or there's a board meeting, or there's an advisory council meeting, a lot of meetings. Does not sound like fun, but the volunteers we have make it absolutely wonderful. But it also goes through, I need to look at this list and decide, who do I need to call for this event?
Sponsorships, right?
Right. Who do I need to call for these sponsorships? We have a match activity coming up. Who do you think could sponsor that? Who do you think would be willing to donate money to help cover the cost of our bigs and littles going to Summerland? Who could help cover the cost of them going to the skating place? We never ask our bigs to pay for anything. That is one of the things.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
And
So this is something that we've done. Like when I remember we had like Vikings tickets a couple times and couldn't go, and you just would, when you guys were down over here,
Yeah.
I would just go drop it off. If you have tickets to something
Yes.
and you can't use it, even last minute, they'll find somebody to use it.
We will.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, we have people that donate Twins tickets. We have people that donate Rocks tickets. We have people, right? So like during the summer, they go to baseball games, football games with people that donate Vikings tickets now, and even the Minnesota Loons, right?
Yeah.
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 The
I was like, I know we have a soccer team.
the loon, I'm thinking like the bar next door?
No,
Like,
no. I know. I was like, I think I have one too, but yeah. So, people will say, hey, I've got tickets for this. Yeah, it's absolutely amazing. So we do not ask our bigs to pay for anything. That's one of the biggest things, right? As well, I can't afford to be a big. We're not asking you to pay for anything. We're asking you for your time, 2 hours a month. That's all I'm asking. Yeah.
And there's different forms of that, right? There's, because I know there's one on campus, right? Okay,
Yeah.
why don't you talk about the different types of
Yeah,
mentors?
most people think of Big Brothers Big Sisters. They're going to think of community-based bigs. So our community-based bigs are anyone who's over 18 and they are a big to a little. And that can look like a big sister, a big brother. We have big couples, we have big families, duos. And so we can make that work however it looks for your family or your lifestyle at that point, right? And you can do what you want to do. You can go to the movie theater and see a movie. You can take your little fishing. And I point out to men because they're like, well, I can't do this or I can't. I'm like, you can take your little hunting, right? We're in Minnesota. Everybody loves to hunt, right? So like if your little wants to learn how to hunt, you can teach them how to hunt. And we will preface it and say, well, make sure you have all the requirements that you have to have.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, yeah.
And
All the-
permission and all that.
Yeah. But you can do all those things. You can bake, you can color, you can go to the library, you can do, right? So that's a community-based big. And then we have our Bigs on Campus program, and that's at the 3 college campuses in the area. So and it was originally started when Dr. Potter at St. Cloud State was really actively involved, and he was a big. Dr. Potter, Bigs on Campus, they meet twice a month on campus. So junior high and high school kids get bused from the local schools to one of the campuses in the area, and twice a month they meet with their big for an hour over lunch. And that is just absolutely amazing because you don't have to plan it. You don't have to think about what you're going to do because it's already done for you. Then the other one is our site-based. So an adult is paired with a little at a school, and whether that's Sock Rabbits, Sartell,
High school, or-
elementary to high school. Normally those are our little kids. And you meet with them for a half hour every week or
And
an
this
hour
goes like
every
farther
other
out.
week.
Like, do you have this in Piers too?
Yeah,
right. Yeah, like this
Piers.
is.
So these
We
are like
serve
the bigs
over.
aren't necessarily people who work at the
They
school.
come to the school. So it's just like part of the school day. So like Jackie, our executive director, she's a big. She's got a little sister, Alexis, and she thinks Jackie is 97 years old. It's super funny.
Poor Jackie.
I know, poor Jackie. She gets picked on, but she's got these stories and they're so great. But Alexis, they meet at school for every other week on a Friday morning, and she gets to see Alexis. And then what they do though is we call it site-based plus. And what that means, though, is that Alexis can then come to a match activity. So we partnered with Miss Melinda's dance studio, and they had their teachers teach our matches how to do K-pop dance. Apparently, that's a thing.
Yeah.
You've got littler ones.
They're too little.
They're too little.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Cole might be into it,
Cool
but I
might
don't know
be
what
in-
that
I have
is.
no
Yeah.
idea. I have no idea either. My daughter had to explain it to me. She's 17 now. And so I was like, well, and so Jackie and Alexis went to this. But what that meant is that Jackie could meet Alexis there. So that's called Site-Based Plus. So not only can you meet them at school, but then you can also meet them at different match activities and meet them there and hang out with them and do the things. So
Again, that's just for easier access.
just easier access, and sometimes it just works better.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, okay.
So there's just all sorts of different things we can do.
So how do you find the littles? I'm wondering, like, who gets to anybody?
Anybody.
Okay.
So we work really closely with the schools,
Okay.
local therapists, the local school districts, and they all have our information. And if you learn about us as a parent too from out in the community, they can just apply to be a little. A parent can go on our website and say, I want to apply for my child to be a little. Whether it's a guardian, a parent, a counselor can refer a child to be a little, depending on your situation. And it's not always kids who are in something traumatic or anything like that. Sometimes it's just a kid who's kind of a loner and is shy and introverted, and maybe they just need someone else, right? Yeah, I know. Like you will never believe I was incredibly shy as a kid. Never, but I was.
Me too.
I was
As a kid, not as a teenager.
Yeah.
not as not as a teenager, and definitely not as an adult. But as a kid at that age, like somebody else to say, "Hey, hi," and pull me out of that shell would have been an amazing feat, because I was scared of my own shadow and I didn't want to talk to anybody. I might screw up, right?
Yeah.
So it's just very special.
What are some other common misconceptions that people have about being a big?
Time. It's 2 hours a month. That's all we ask for. Spending money, right? I need to spend money to be a big. No, you don't. You don't need to spend any money to be a big. And then also, I can't do this. That's self-doubt, right?
I'm not qualified.
I'm not qualified.
Nobody wants to learn anything from me.
Yeah, nobody wants to learn anything from me. Why not?
Right.
Right? Or I'm too old. You're definitely not too old to be someone's big. You look at it and you look at all the people, and I think I can speak between the three of us. We've all had somebody as a mentor in our life. Somebody, whether it was organic, whether it was, hey, I want you to partner with this person, I want them to be your mentor, right? And so from that perspective, we've all had somebody that we can talk to, that we can run ideas through, that we can just kind of like flow through life with and figure that out. But some of these kids don't have that at all. And so one of our bigs taught their last little how to fix bikes. That's what he wanted to learn, and he knew how to do it. So think of all those little things in the back of your head that you're like,
That doesn't have a dad to show
that doesn't
him.
have
I'm thinking
somebody-
Eddie needs a Eddie
Eddie
needs
would be the
oh,
best big
Eddie
brother.
would be the best big brother.
to teach
Kids
someone.
work on cars.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right?
He might be gone more than you like than working on cars,
He's
Kelly.
at the shop anyway. All the
Is that
time.
it, right?
You'll
But
be
that's
there. I'm with my little, and you're like, Kristen said you only needed to do it for 2 hours a month.
Not 2 hours a day.
Not 2 hours a day. Right? What is it? Woodworking? Is it,
Yeah.
right? Maybe you're an artist, and
maybe you like to cook,
and maybe you
or-
like to cook, right?
I also
And-
think as an adult, sometimes like we maybe like forget about our gifts, right? Because we just go through the motion of life, and it's like, well, I know how to do that. Like,
I just
you
know.
just don't think about it.
Yeah.
But to a little kid who is like looking and that's cool. That's cool
cool.
that you get to know that. Or they might not even know that they want to explore that. Or they might say something and you're like, oh, I do know how to do
Yeah.
that. I don't know.
But you don't have to teach them anything. They can just
No,
come
come
along
on.
with your life, right?
Yeah,
They can come
you don't
along
have
and-
to teach them anything.
Right.
Yeah.
Whatever your family's doing,
Yeah.
they can just come along,
What
right?
are your
It's just about
interests?
being included, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it's just about being included. And it's not even, we try to match interests, right? This little likes this and this big likes this, and we try to match it. And I will tell you right now, the program team is absolutely amazing at matching these littles and bigs.
Okay.
I mean, the success rate is unbelievable.
So they do try to match on interests. Okay,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
interesting.
It's a whole algorithm, and I don't even understand it. It's really,
Wow.
they get it,
Yeah.
obviously.
High tech.
I can't even begin to understand how they do it. And they do amazing work on matching our bigs and our littles.
Yeah.
How long is a contract or a term or?
So we ask, we don't make you sign anything. Nobody's drawing blood. We ask for a 1-year commitment.
Okay.
Just to start out with, 1 year, just because that gives you consistency. It gives, right, just a feeling, because you really need a couple months to really get to know each other, like any relationship, right? Get to know your match, get to know your little, and go with it. So we ask for 1 year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Most of them
Well, I'm sure
continue on.
they get hooked, and you
They
start
get-
to see the
yeah.
difference. And they not only the difference that you're making on the little's life. I'm sure there's a huge difference and benefit that comes to the
Oh,
big too.
yeah,
right?
absolutely.
Yeah. So, what are some of maybe just those impact, even if it's like statistics? I think those are so powerful. Like some of those things were shared at the breakfast last week.
One of the biggest impacts that actually came from our national office is that it was a 30-year study done between our national office and the Treasury Department. Is children who are littles and have mentors, they will close the socioeconomic gap by 2/3. Our littles will also make the same, if not more, as their bigs, because they aspire to be more. They aspire to do bigger things.
I got chills.
Yeah, it's your like, oh, I feel like
Right?
my eyes are getting watery.
Right?
Oh, it's it's your allergies.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
those are some of the biggest statistics right there. And it's proven because they have somebody, and we can all see the changes. You can see the changes in family dynamics. You can see the changes in where people live to where they grew up or whatever, right? We don't have the same clan mentality that we did 60, 70, 80, 100 years ago, right? You stayed on the farm, or you stayed in your family, or you stayed where you grew up, you stayed, right? And now we don't, because of jobs, because of who we marry, or whatever happens in life, right? And so you don't necessarily have the same support systems that you once had, and that is okay. But that is where we come in. We're just that extra added support system.
Do you have more littles or more bigs on the list? How does that work? Always more littles,
Always
right?
more littles.
They
Okay.
had their breakfast last week. I mean, they had cards that had littles, and it was like months, like
Did you
like
sign up?
24 months. I've talked to Kristen about it before. It's on my to-do list.
But a little card would have made me like, oh.
I
know.
Right? Next time I'll just bring one in for
Well,
you, Kelly.
and
I'll
it's
just shove it in front of Kelly's
a
face.
huge need, right, is
Yes,
males.
who usually needs males.
And that always is. I remember even 4 years ago, we worked on a project before
Yeah,
Kristen was
yeah.
there.
We did a
and
men's,
Yeah,
yeah.
it was the superhero like campaign and
to bring that back. That was
defending
so cool.
potential
I know,
was a cool
that
one.
was.
And it was men. And now, flash forward to
Now.
this year. I just got done working on a volunteer campaign,
Yeah.
again, targeting
Again,
men. So
targeting
if you are a man in the central
Right.
Minnesota area
We
and you
need
are
you.
listening to this,
We
like,
need you.
you need to give your time.
Yes.
Okay,
And
Eddie's doing this.
Eddie's doing it. Absolutely. I think Eddie'd be great. We have over 140 ready to be matched littles. These are kids who have gone through the process. They've done all the paperwork. They are just waiting for a big. 140.
140.
Yes.
So you're fundraising. You're not necessarily finding the bigs, or are you doing that too?
Oh, I do it all.
Okay, but is there someone like in charge of that? Is there
Well,
like a
yeah,
button?
we're all doing everything, right? And honestly, the best way we can recruit is by talking to somebody one-to-one. We can do all the tabling we want. We can go to any event we want and have a table, but to actually engage with people I know and to have conversations with people I know,
Which is time consuming.
which is time consuming, right? But it's for everybody, is just to get that one-to-one interaction and talk about it and say, I want you to be a big. You have these amazing qualities, and I think you'd be great at being a big. It's really just, I'm always recruiting, Jackie's always recruiting, right? And our program team is always recruiting. But for what we do, it just goes so hand in hand, right? So it's kind of like, I can't recruit without fundraising, but I'm also not going to be able to fundraise if we don't have bigs and littles, right? We don't have a program. So it goes together, and that's how we operate.
But that 140, that would bother me. I mean, you just like are always on your mind.
It is. All these kids, and they've been waiting. Some of them have been waiting for 2 years.
Oh no.
So some have been waiting for 3 months. Some, I mean, right? So it
So
really
you
depends.
match them by how long they're waiting, or just interest?
Interest. So it really, like I said, it's a whole magic. I call it magic. It's really dependent on where do you live? Where does the big live?
Oh,
Where does
yeah.
the little live? Where does, right? Because we do serve all of these communities.
What is your service area?
We have a 5-county service area.
Oh, okay.
So we're called the Big Brothers Big Sisters of Central Minnesota because we serve St. Cloud's surrounding communities. So Stearns County, Benton County, Sherburne County, serve Morrison County and Northern Wright County. We go all the way down to that like Buffalo area and Wright County.
So you have to recruit people from that area.
So we recruit people from that area as well.
Yeah,
So
that's-
Elk River, Big Lake,
Ooh,
right?
that's a big area
It's a big area.
for you to get to know people
Yeah.
from all over there.
Right? And we don't have the staff or the time, right? So anything we can do helps to do that.
Yeah. Well, that leads me kind of into my next segue. Maybe their next step isn't big, but there's other ways that they
Absolutely.
can help, like with community
Yes,
impact.
yes.
So what does that look like?
So from a perspective of you can still volunteer with us, right? Like Taylor, you're on our marketing committee and you're able to do some in-kind work and write pro bono stuff. And that's amazing. For us, that's huge. Yes, I have a marketing person, and even they have that skill set, but there's so many other things that they're doing with that taking the time to design something or whatever,
Yeah.
right? It's time consuming. So people who can volunteer, who want to help be on committees. So whether that looks like programming and helping to determine what we do with our matches and our littles, or if it's our investment committee, or if it's IT. We're always looking for IT people because, right? My advancement committee, maybe you're really good at asking people for money like I am, right? You could be on my advancement committee. I would love that because that also helps, right? Because
Everything helps,
Everything
right?
helps.
Yeah.
Maybe you don't have the time, and I put that in air quotes because we all have time.
Right.
It really just depends on your priorities, right? So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. There's lots of ways to
Yeah.
help get involved. I love that. So looking ahead, looking a little bit behind by the time this comes out, you just had a dancer.
We did just have a
for
dance.
Dancing with Our Stars. And
Yeah.
you guys took third place.
We did. We took third.
This is very
Jennifer did
exciting.
amazing. I'm so proud of her.
Yeah.
Yeah. She was asked to be a dancer and she really knew nothing about us.
Yeah.
And
really? So
So
now you
she, and now we've got a whole nother team in our corner. So we left last night with all big hugs and like just happiness and just how much that meant to us to help spread awareness.
Right.
I mean, yes, is it about raising money? Yes, because nonprofits right now just, we need money. But it really is helping spread awareness
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah. Gave you
So,
another platform,
yes.
more people to reach. Yeah.
Yeah, a
Incredible.
whole nother network.
Whole nother network of
All
people
her
that didn't
network.
know, yeah,
Right.
that didn't know what we did. So,
Yeah, absolutely. Well, aside from that, because you always have 800 coals in the fire.
I do.
What else is happening? What other events are coming up for the summer?
So we got a couple of different events coming. We will, so for our matches, we always have our summer picnics. So with our high school, because we also have a high school big program, but we really need adults. So we'll have those this summer. But we also have a golf tournament. We have not done a golf tournament in years.
Okay.
So we had a group of people who had done one last year for another nonprofit. And this nonprofit said, we are not interested this year. They approached me and I was like, absolutely. I don't have to do like a lot of the work, and this committee, well, they've organized it. They're doing fantastic. And so we're going to do a golf tournament at the end of August, so
Okay.
August 31st.
Are we signed up for that?
But you can be.
I was just gonna say, we're in every golf
I
tournament.
will
Whole
get you that
sponsor?
whole sponsor. You can have a team. You can do whatever you want. It'll be a fun day. It'll be great. I think golf tournaments are just a good, fun way to
Oh, yeah.
Right? And this is not, I mean, it's kind of the end of the summer. It's August 31st,
Right.
right? So it'll be a great day on the course, and we're just going to keep praying and holding out for great weather.
Yes.
And then in September, this was my brainchild, and I'm so excited for it. I just cannot, because I wanted something. We no longer have our gala, and
Right.
it ended with COVID. And
I was on that committee, by the
Were
way, when it
you?
ended. Yeah, with Emily.
Yes. Yeah.
Yep, I had decor already. I was doing the decor for the gala.
Yeah. And so.
Wizard of Oz was the theme.
Yes, it was.
Oh, that was what that one's for.
Yes.
We still you have the poppies or the roses or whatever.
I think I threw them away.
Oh,
by
did
the
you
way.
know?
finally. So we are no longer having a gala.
Right.
And honestly, there's so much work. And you
Yes.
have to have a very, very dedicated team. Everybody that does galas, it's amazing. And I give them credit. And I've helped on gala committees, so many of them. And so I was like, I really don't want to bring a gala back. And so we just need something simple, something fun, something low key, no pressure. And I'm not expecting you to spend thousands of dollars that night, right? In addition to what you've already paid for your ticket. So we're doing a concert out at Milk and
Oh, yeah, that's
Honey.
right, yeah.
So we're doing a concert out at Milk and Honey. It's called Sweet Sounds for a Big Cause. And
You should know that. Milk
I,
and honey.
I
I
know,
know.
I did know
Yes.
that. I did know that. I
Taylor
just didn't
did
know
know
this
that.
is what she was
We're
teeing
totally
up.
doing the
Yeah.
marketing for it.
I know.
We totally
This
are.
is- yes, this is what we're teeing up. And so we will be doing that September 17th, Thursday night out at Milk and Honey.
What a great idea.
Mason-Dixon Line will be performing.
Ooh, we should go to that. That's fun.
Yeah. So, and it's going to be, so yes, we're asking for sponsorships and all that fun stuff, but also it's affordable for people to just come, right? You don't have to dress up. Bring a chair. There's a food truck out there.
Dress down. Even.
Dress down.
Yeah.
Be comfortable,
Yeah,
right?
okay. We don't wear nothing. We don't care.
Well, yeah.
There'll be children there. Stop
There-
it.
yeah.
Kidding.
So we're gonna do a concert, and I'm just I'm looking
That is a
forward
great
to
idea.
it.
Yeah, it
because
is a great idea.
You can visit. You
Everyone's
can
gonna
hang
copy
out.
you now.
I know. That's why I was like, I kept it in my pocket. I was like, we're not talking.
But now
about
you have to
this.
promote it, 'cause
But
it's
now,
coming up,
yeah.
yeah.
So now we're promoting it. And it's out, and we're ready. And yeah, if it's not one thing, it's another, and I absolutely love it.
Yeah.
It just
And-
brings.
Well, it
You found a
seems like-
perfect partner for that. Sorry, Kelly. You found a
Yeah.
perfect partner. Like Milk and they know what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, talk a little bit about low lift for you guys too, right? You have
Yeah.
so much going on. I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, that's great.
it's great.
I'm just gonna say this job seems like the perfect fit.
Yeah.
I would think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Well,
even when
I'll
it's
call
stressful.
Jackie and see what she says.
Yeah. Would you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think she'll say all.
Well, she was
nice
pretty
things.
excited when she told me she was interviewing you because I saw her at
Aw.
Rotary and she said had the hardest time finding
Yeah.
someone, and then she said she was interviewing you. And
Yeah.
she was pretty excited.
Yeah, it's been a real treat. I cannot, from an employer standpoint, just a side story real quick. I started in September of 24, and I was so excited, brand new. I am like barely surviving because I'm just jumping into this and learning learning all these new things and terms and all this fun stuff. And my dad died in November, right before Thanksgiving. So I'm 2 months into my new job.
Yeah.
And what do you do, right? And let me tell you, when you are at a new employer and something like that happens and you're just like, I have no vacation, I have no nothing, I have no, right? And all of a sudden you're just like, what do you need, right? And I came back and like, I didn't have to worry about it. Like everything was just taken care of. And I was just like, what, right? And just to have that and knowing that I would not have gotten that.
At a bank.
My work would have been waiting for me.
Yeah.
And I took 2 weeks.
As you should.
Yeah,
Right.
I was just gonna-
I
as you
took
should.
2 weeks and I had to organize stuff with my mom and all that fun stuff. And so 2 weeks of being gone from a brand new job and right. And I didn't have to worry
I'm
about
going to
it.
say because
Yeah.
she's a woman, but that's
Yeah.
just me. Working for women are
That makes
different.
it
Right. It does make
Well,
a
it makes
difference.
you feel better. Taylor had to leave her very first day because her son was sick.
I know.
And
right.
I don't never think about that.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Right. and
bring
you
it up
felt
every
so
chance
bad.
you get.
Yeah.
Oh, she felt so bad. I'm like, you gotta do
What
it.
do
Right.
you do?
Yeah.
I mean, and you think about it, and I had my son, and I was a single mom at the time, and he was in daycare, and I had just, again, a new job for me then too, not on the first day.
Yeah.
But he was learning how to
She's
walk.
better.
He was learning how to walk, and he was in the infant room, and he took a header right into the changing table. Right. And so he's got an egg on his forehead and the daycare calls me and they're like, you need to come get him, whatever. And like my employer at the time was just like, when are you coming back?
See, I told you it used to be like that.
I believe you.
Yeah.
I believe you. And I
was-
stress every day how
I know.
thankful I
So,
am for
I-
the life I have.
Right. I know. Right. And so I think things have changed and
Yeah.
it's wonderful.
good.
But like having Jackie as an employer,
Yeah.
working for a nonprofit it is a different vibe.
It's not
Yeah.
corporate.
It's not corporate.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. Wonderful. I think those are important things to talk about too, because I think
Well,
there's
that
probably
makes you feel like you were in the right place.
Yeah.
Didn't it?
I am.
You came back thinking, oh, I don't know everything, but I'm going to figure this out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I'm
Now
sure
you're
there's
a pro.
people out there listening that they maybe don't feel like they're in that situation. And I think every time someone shares a story like that, it gives them the confidence to be like, okay, there is something
There
else
is
out
something
there for
else
me.
out
Like
there.
I will find it.
You will find
works
it.
for me and works with
Yes.
my life. And
I'd like to say that a common thread with a lot of our guests is that people changing careers.
I know it's
Which
been,
is, I have tried, and it just has never worked for me.
I mean, you went out on your own, so
Yes.
you kind of did it.
Yeah.
I tried it, just never
It
I
just
just
worked.
always
never
think I would do
stuck.
something different, and here I am again. I'm just saying, it's just a lot of people like 180.
Yeah,
you
it
know?
really has
Yeah.
been a theme lately. For
The
sure.
gal before you was she went to school for biology. Now she's a photographer, and we're just like,
Right?
what?
Yeah,
worked
I
in a
know,
lab,
right?
And then up until last summer, she worked in a lab.
Yeah. I never thought I'd end up here.
Yeah,
That's cool
Yeah.
though.
but
Yeah.
it is the perfect fit.
Yeah.
The perfect fit.
I love it.
Okay, so before we wrap things up, I want to do a few rapid fire questions with you. Are you ready? Okay.
Yeah.
What is one thing you wish more people understood about mentorship?
Sometimes people just don't have a mentor. And they will say that. I've never had a mentor. And sometimes that is true, right? So for those of us who are incredibly lucky to have a mentor or have had several mentors, we can't think about that in our head and think about that. What do you mean you've never had a mentor? Sometimes it just doesn't happen. The shy kid or maybe the kid with a learning disability or
Yeah, they're passed
The
over.
past, right? They're just
Yeah.
kind of there and they're just right. And it has no fault to do with whatever, but they just don't have the opportunities like a kid who maybe speaks up a little bit more in class or something like that, right? So sometimes it's just not a chance. We need to be that chance for them and to
Yeah.
look for those opportunities to mentor someone, right? To be the person to answer those questions or to just be like, hey, I'm here for you. And just know that hopefully one day they'll call.
And then what is one piece of advice that's helped shape your career?
I think showing up, do it and do it well. And do it with passion. And I can say now, right, after changing careers, and I think that the more you put into it, the more you're going to get out of it. And so for me, it's always just been about showing up, doing the hard work. And that's when I'm going to be rewarded, or that's how my community is going to be rewarded because I'm passionate about what I do. And yeah, I don't know if that makes sense, but
Yeah, it does, especially in your line of work. I mean, nonprofit work is no joke. And if you're passionate about it, you got to go.
Well,
It's
yeah.
not
I
going
could
to be successful.
It would be easy to be jaded and kind of down about the whole situation, but you bring that positivity.
Yeah.
I feel like.
yeah.
Yeah.
And kids are amazing. Like, I want people to remember that kids are amazing. You know, we always hear about, oh, this generation or that generation, because you do hear it and you just want to be like, right? And yes, there's some kids out there who just ruin it for everybody else, right? But that was every generation,
Right.
right? Our
Right,
parents
right.
complained about us. Our grandparents complained about our parents. Like, there was always something about the next generation. This next generation, like, I look at my daughter. She's 17. She's going to be a senior. She is so freaking amazing. She is my hype girl. And there's no way I ever would have been as confident as her when I was her age. And
Because you're her mother.
well, right? Like, but I wasn't like that when I was her age.
Right.
I didn't have
I say the same thing about my
right?
daughter.
Like
yeah.
I was not like that. And this next generation is so freaking cool. They're so fun and we can learn so much from them.
Yeah.
Just like they can learn from us.
That's so cool.
I love kids. I
Yeah.
just yeah.
Oh, now I want to go hug mine.
Right? Like I know.
Well, Kristen, thank you so much.
you.
Like I mentioned at the top of this episode, it's just been such a pleasure getting to know you and be in your circle and in your
Thanks.
presence every week. You just have a vibe about you. And Big Brothers Big Sisters is lucky to have you. Our community is lucky to have
Thank
you.
you.
Keep up the great work.
I love being a part of it. So thank you. And you guys are amazing to have as part of our community as well.
All right. We will see you next week on the next episode of Behind the Brand. Bye. Thanks for tuning in to this week's episode of Behind the Brand. If you liked this episode, share it with a friend. If you didn't, share it with an enemy. And make sure to leave us a 5-star review. To stay connected, follow us at the links in the show notes below.